Back in the book segment tonight, Water's World, the affluent town of Bar Harbor, Maine, had a nice tradition going on. They put lights on an evergreen tree, paying tribute to American soldiers, memorializing the Christmas they never had. That description coming from the 1944 Battle of the Bulge in Belgium, which was fought on Christmas. But last month, the Bar Harbor Town Council voted 4-2 to ban the tradition going forward, calling the tree confusing and tacky. Well, as soon as we heard that, we sent Waters up to Maine.
Back in 2011, the perpetually lit memorial was dedicated to honor fallen World War II and other veterans.
The Battle of the Bulge, it was Christmas Eve. As the soldiers were dying around them, they started singing Silent Night. They were remembering that they wanted to be home with their families.
Wreaths Across America says it represents the Christmas they never had.
The memorial is about a historical event, and you can't wipe that away by saying, well, it's a Christmas tree.
This tree was not about Christianity per se. It was a symbol of peace, light, and hope for those veterans that never returned that year and were separated from their families.
It's a complicated symbol that most people did not understand completely.
A town council vote last week showed a majority in favor of not renewing the lease.
It's basically pushing or disrespecting members of our community.
We weren't telling people what to think. We were just offering a catalyst for conversation about veterans.
You really think a tree with perpetually lit lights is that complicated, honoring veterans?
I think it looks like a Christmas tree.
The freedom that they took away from us was already bought and paid for on the lives of the very men that they turned the lights out on. That's a sad thing.
How would you respond to the veterans that are offended by the removal of these lights on the tree?
I'm sorry if their understanding of their success in service is dependent on lights on a tree.
I hope you guys would take the opportunity to address this and explain your rationale for removing these lights. You know, I find it very hard to believe that no one here is going to say anything. Yes?
It did not meet what I thought a memorial ought to be. It was a pretty vulnerable type of memorial. It tended to get blown around a lot.
So it was more respectable to remove the lights than it was to leave them because the wind blew it around.
I'm not going to get in an argument with you.
I don't think that a Christmas tree belongs on town property as a perpetual memorial to veterans.
So you're against the White House Christmas tree that the president lights? But I want to address something that the town manager said. He said it was tacky.
It has nothing to do with veterans. It has everything to do with just the display looking tacky.
Would you like to take that back, sir? All they wanted was a Christmas tree. They never had Christmas that year in 1944. They would have loved a tacky Christmas tree. Furthermore, I don't think any Christmas tree is tacky. I don't think any memorial to veterans is tacky.
I'm actually a member of the military. Anything that's related to the military as a memorial really shouldn't be tampered with.
I think it's ridiculous.
We don't do enough to honor our veterans, so it seems like it should not be up to the town as to whether or not we remove the lights or not.
I think I understand where Bar Harbor stands. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
All right, here now is Jesse Waters. It's so absurd. I mean, I'm sitting there going, if they think it's tacky, why don't they upgrade it?
I know.
Why don't they get better to it? You know, why don't they
put
just
something on top, you know, maybe an ornament or two.
These are just anti-Christmas people. That's how they come across.
I think so. It's not really about veterans. They don't like Christmas. They think the symbol is offensive. One of the other town council members says, I think the colored lights, those are offensive to people. We should make them white lights.
Why would they offensive?
I have no idea. And then he also said, we shouldn't call it a Christmas tree. We should call it a memory tree.
Memory tree.
Memory tree is much better.
You know, I just, but from you walking around a town, and it is a nice town, particularly in the summer, most of the people think this is lunacy.
Yeah, they think it's absurd. And when I asked the person, I said, listen, has anybody complained? What do your constituents say? She said, oh, well, we've had some complaints. I said, well, how many complaints have you had? She said, well, I can't tell you that.
That's right. It's secret.
Yeah,
it's secret.
One complaint, I think.
All right, Bar Harbor, Maine, everybody. There it is. Did they do anything? Did they take it down already?
Yeah, and then they've moved it to Columbia Falls. It was a nice ceremonious
So they moved it. What's Columbia Falls?
It's just a town where they celebrate Christmas
to another
and
town.
Respect veterans.
All right.